Colby Parkinson with the game-winning touchdown, and the Rams survive. 34-31, they hang on, come back, and knock off the Carolina Panthers as we welcome you to the State Farm post-game show. You know what, guys? This was an unbelievable game. It looked like for a while this was going to be a blowout by the Rams.
Yeah.
They almost gave it away. It turned around in two ways. Puka Nacua both ways. The end of the first half, that drop seemed to give Carolina momentum. And then here at the end of the game, or late in the fourth quarter, when Matthew Stafford threw this pass that was off the mark, and Puka saved it from being a pick.
Yeah. He had, what, 2 touchdowns today, over 100 yards receiving. A great play here, which, if they get that interception, the game's probably over.
Well, yeah, but this also goes to show, I mean, we sit here and we say, oh, they're going to run away with it. Once you get to the playoffs, all these teams feel confident and know that they belong here. So I think this was, it's not a wake-up call to the Rams. It's just a reality check to the Rams that, hey, every team in the playoffs is good. Reality check for Carolina to know they belong in this, and they have a young team. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do in the future. And I think for the Rams going forward, hopefully they can continue the momentum. But whenever you're in this situation, it's great to see these teams show up at the last minute. And the stars show up.
In the need to moments.
Great game. The stars show up, man.
Great game.
Like
Great game. And a great catch for the game-winning touchdown by a tight end. Gronk was happy to see Colby Parkinson. He's happy his Rams are moving on in the playoffs. We'll be back with more right after this.
Tight ends.
Well, hopefully that game lives up to what happened today here. Gronk, the MVP vote only goes to the regular season, so today doesn't count, but it was an MVP performance down the stretch by Matthew Stafford.
Oh, yes, no doubt about it. Matthew Stafford's in the category where if their ball is in his hands at the end of the game, you know that there's going to be a chance where he goes down and drives it for the game-winning drive, and they're going to win that game, just like they did today. And that throw that he made to Colby Parkinson to win that game, to get that final touchdown, was ridiculous. He put the ball where only Parkinson can go up and make that play. And on top of that, Parkinson's the only guy that is big enough, that has the athletic ability and size to be able to go up and make that type of play. And Matthew Stafford put it where the DB, even though it was great coverage, the linebacker still couldn't put his hands up high enough to get the play and deflect the ball.
And he did that after injuring his right hand, which he's hurt that right hand a lot. So
those fingers
coming
been
back
jammed
from
a few times throughout the game.
He wound up throwing for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and most importantly, getting a 34-31 victory. So we know the Rams are moving on to the playoffs.
But to assess what's next for the Carolina Panthers, because this feels like a massive step forward from where expectation was, where it will be, and the execution we saw across this season. Jonathan Jones, our foremost expert on the matter here. I'm looking at 7 selections. I'm looking at a whole lot of heartbreak between now and then. But what is the next move for Carolina?
Well, they're going to have to make a decision on Bryce Young, first of all, because he's the quarterback and he has his 5th-year option that they can pick up this offseason. I don't see any reason why they would not pick up that 5th-year option. I fully expect the Carolina Panthers to pick up that 5th-year option on Bryce Young, to not have to make him wonder, to not have to make the team wonder, to go in the right direction, to row in a similar direction. You know, the Panthers under general manager Dan Morgan, as well as their sort of numbers guy, if you will, Brant Tillis, that sort of 2-person front office there, they have done a really good job at setting this team up. Remember, they attacked the offensive line when it was bad, and so they took care of the offensive line a couple free agencies ago. They have really hit on some of the wide receivers. Tetairoa McMillan may be the offensive rookie of the year. Jalen Coker has been quite a find. And, of course, you want to get more out of Xavier Legette. You continue on, though. They've already paid Derek Brown. They're going to have to find a pass rusher, right? They traded away Brian Burns years ago. They haven't been able to replace him. They have some money to spend, the Carolina Panthers do. So I'm looking at the front 7 because I really like the back end of this defense, right? You like J.C. Horn. What Mike Jackson has been able to show out there. Trayvon Merrick, I know Colby Parkinson caught a great ball on him, but B-Mac, you know that was great coverage there by Trayvon Merrick. And so I could see them adding pass rusher, adding linebacker, taking care of Bryce Young's 5th-year option. And look, they can be players in free agency. They have some money to spend. I would expect them to spend some money because of this. The Carolina Panthers are also going to be playing a first-place schedule next year. right? Because they won the NFC South. Yeah, 8 and 9.
Great point, JJ.
But they are going to be playing a very difficult schedule next year. When you look at it, of course, they're going to have the NFC South, but the other opponents that they have coming up, they're going to be home against the Chicago Bears, home against the Detroit Lions, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Denver, Seattle. That's their home. Away, they have Green Bay, Minnesota. They got the Steelers and the Eagles.
Wow.
That is a really hard schedule. So if you want to build off of this really great season, a lot of people said it was a year too early. Well, it's not anymore. You're there now. So go ahead and make sure you got a pass rush. Make sure you got a front seven, because Bryce Young has to have a defense that can help him out.
For me, number one, when you look at their free agents, notable free agents, you got to sign Rico Dotto back. I think he will have a nice market because of his success, but if you can keep him in the fold, having a nice, balanced running game helps your young quarterback out. And to your point, yes, I think it's the smart thing to do to pick up his fifth-year option. So before he signed that massive quarterback market deal, try to bring and add more talent around him. So bringing Rico Dowdle back would be huge. Number two, I have two other things outside of that. Go get a wide receiver. You need another wide receiver. You know what I mean? To help elevate your young quarterback. Because you talk about Coker, you look at McMillan. I love McMillan. I think he is a proven superstar, trending in the right direction. But the more playmakers you can have, the better your quarterback will be. See what's going on with George Pickens. We know he will be available, right? Your quarterback is still on a rookie deal, even if you pick up the fifth-year option. You got money to spend, to JJ's point. See what's going on with a guy like George Pickens. And lastly for me, JJ, you hit on it, a pass rusher. Max Crosby. Let's see exactly what's going on with the Raiders in his situation. You have to go big because your quarterback is currently still in the midst of his rookie contract. And, JJ, you just said because of their first-place win in a division when they only won 8 games, you're playing against a first-place schedule. We know Max has been disgruntled. Now might be the time that we see the Raiders potentially entertain and moving a player like Max Crosby. Derek Brown, Max Crosby, Nick Scorton. You don't like that?
Oh, I like
Charlotte, you don't like that? Carolina, you don't like that? I just laid it out for you guys. Dan Morgan, thank me later. Even though you're a Hurricane, I did you solid.
I'm going to echo both of your guys' sentiment. I think it starts on the defense, the front seven. They just scored 31 points against a Sean McVay defense in the LA Rams in the playoffs. I think the offense is ahead of schedule. They've got some playmakers. They've got Bryce Young. But in order to win championships, I mean, you guys heard the schedule that you just said for next year. All it is high-flying offenses who finish first place in their divisions this year. So if you want to compete, if you want to be able to hang with the big dogs, go out, get a pass rusher, get some linebackers that can play in space horizontally on the field, cover some space and make some tackles, and keep shoring up the offense. You got a quarterback that's going to be on a rookie deal, so you can afford to go out in free agency, make a splash. Whoever it is, Max Crosby, that'd be fascinating to see him down there in Charlotte and see if he could, kind of fix up that defense.
Step in the right direction, but they now step back after this heartbreaking loss to the Los Angeles Rams. Carolina out. A look here at the Bryce Young saga as it's been. 6-24 to start his career. His last 14 starts, focusing in on the tail end of this season, 8-6. He has turned a corner. He's playing some really good football. Made a really good throw late in this one, but not enough against Stafford and the Rams. Plenty more to come here on CBS Sports HQ. Straight ahead, full reaction from your first playoff game of this NFL season. Don't move. You're watching CBS Sports HQ.